Deborah, where the food at, girl? I was looking for some food. I want some sweet potato waffles. Girl, I want some adobo ribs. Where they at? No, we can't have this interview without the food. Guys, good morning, Deborah. How are you?
I am good, and I needed that this morning. I'm a
Oh,
little hungry myself, to be honest. Yes.
today I have James Beard Award nominee Deborah VanTrece. We're here to talk about her cooking show, Global Soul Kitchen. And I know she's going to send me some sweet potato waffles. I know she is. Good
I'm
morning, Deborah.
certainly, they're in the mail. They're in the mail right now.
Okay, I appreciate it. So let's talk about Global Soul Kitchen. How did all this get started?
James, this happened about 3 years ago when I met Rachel Ray on a Zoom. I had a cookbook that had just been released, and since everything was shut down, I had to do a virtual tour, and we met virtually. And she said, "I want to do something with you." And 3 years later, this is where I'm at.
Wow. I got a chance to look at some of the clips, especially what you did with the pot pies.
Yes, yes.
And I love the handle that you had, but you know what? When I saw that, thank you, Deborah. You reminded me of my grandmother because grandma, them hands. Talk about
Yes,
that.
yes. Yes. I am inspired by my grandmother, my mom, my aunts. They taught me how to cook. I'm originally from Kansas City, so I'm a Missouri girl.
All right.
And yeah, I've been cooking all my life. And then I started cooking professionally. I became a flight attendant, started traveling, and I just put it all together. But the roots of it still go back to those ancestors. And I love cooking and feeling the food on my hands.
Most definitely. So talk about some of your recipes. So we were talking about Jamaican beef pot pie, black eyed pea,
Yeah.
Brianna. Let's talk about some of those recipes.
So, of course, Jamaican beef patties, everybody loves them. So, I'm looking at it thinking, well, when I look at the ingredients, it kind of reminds me of a shepherd's pie, which also reminds me of a pot pie, just good, wholesome comfort food. So I decided let's put the two together. The biryani is a play on an Indian dish, but it also uh, definitely takes its roots from rice and curry, and from the South, like the Hoppin' John salad that we're used to in the South with the black eyed peas and rice and, some onions and tomatoes. So putting the two together, adding a little bit of curry, some collard greens in there,
Stop,
I
stop,
turn it
stop.
into some soul, you know?
Why are you doing this to me and my audience? We sitting here salivating and thinking about it like, oh my God. You know what's
Yeah, well, they got to join me on the show. They got to join me.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, what's also interesting is this. I mean, we talk about the startup and innovation and AI and technology. Here's a flight attendant with American Airlines 20 years ago traveling, and now she has her own show. Let's talk about that transition and just being an entrepreneur now.
Yes. Yes. Um, It was a difficult transition, but it was a much needed one. Being a flight attendant and working in that corporate environment and seeing other people have control over your livelihood. We had a strike, and that was really the catalyst that said to me, "You need to do something else." So, I didn't. I'm a first generation entrepreneur, didn't really know what I was getting into. It's been an up and down journey, but it is a ride that I would take again if I had to.
Most definitely. I've been speaking with Chef Deborah VanTrece. I'm still waiting on those sweet potato waffles. Oh my God. And the pot pie.
They're in the
Oh,
mail.
oh my God. You know what I'm thinking?
I'm gonna
Girl.
ship that pot pie out today. I
All right,
promise
I'm
you. I
waiting
promise
on it.
you.
The name of the show is called Global Soul Kitchen. Make sure you catch it on FYI. Deborah, thank you so much for joining us on Morning Blend. I can't wait for dinner.
Thank you so much for having me. Enjoy the rest of your day.
I will. Thank